What's up, y'all? You rocking with Muchilla, and this is Muchilla's Review. So hit the hammer because you came through. Ow. Today I'm talking to you about Animal Kingdom, Season 5, Episode 11. The name of the episode is Trust the Process. Now, where we last left off with Animal Kingdom, there was a dead DEA agent on the floor, Agent Living Good, in Darren's bar. Police officer Chadwick took the gun, left the body, and left the Cody crew to clean up this whole mess that he made. So let's get into it. Now the episode starts off with where it ended, with Agent Living Good dead on the floor in Darren's bar. And the Cody crew is left to clean up this mess. Officer Chadwick left. He took the gun and left the whole Cody crew to clean up this mess. And you know who takes charge in this whole thing? Jay. Jay takes control of everything. Meanwhile, Darren's panicking because he's like, this is my bar. You know, he just put this whole lien where he took the liquor out of the bar. So I'm going to be looked at first when he comes up missing. So they find out what car he came in. And they've got to get rid of this body. They got to get rid of the body. They have to get rid of the car. And this is a whole family effort to clean up this whole crime scene. Darren and Craig clean up the bar. Jay and Pope go to get rid of the body. So they load up everything into this truck, and they take it to a doctor that they, because they're going to have to break down this body, if you know what I'm saying, chop it up and get rid of it. So they're going to go over the border. Now we get to where Smurf is, and she's following around Max. And she wants to know his daily routine. She's following him in her car. She stayed outside of his spot. And she's following him from pickup to pickup to see what he's doing, where he's going. And she's trying to get the drop on him. So Craig and Darren are basically talking things over to set up the next job, which is to rob this Hawala. And they're trying to figure out who they're going to get and what they're going to do. And they're going to try to get in touch with Frankie again. Jay and Pope meet with the doctor, the Mexican doctor. And he's ready to take the body for $10,000 and get rid of it. But then he says, who is it? And then they tell him it's a DEA agent. And he's like, nah, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. He said, well, how much? So they offer him more money. And he says, well, okay, I'll do it. But you got to drive this body further. So they got to go further into Mexico to get rid of this body. So Smurf meets with Linda from the strip bar. And she tells her about her plan, how she wants to get Max. And she tells her that she needs her help. And this is where we see a young Baz playing with Julie. So now we see how Baz and Julie became friends through their mothers. And she also explains that how much energy Baz has, and he's high-strung. And that he's not as quiet as Pope, Andrew. Speaking of high-strung, you see Craig getting ready to get a bump before he come in the house to talk to Darren about this job. When they going to talk to him about his drug problem? Because he's out of control. I think he's going to be a factor where if something goes left, it's going to be because of him. Now, they're talking about getting this Hawala. And Frankie's in, and she's going to act like she's sending money somewhere and she's going to go in and give the Hawala $30,000. So Pope and Jay meet at this house that the doctor told them to go to, and two guys come out, and they're speaking Spanish, and they tell them to bring the body in the house. So they tell Jay and Pope to bring the body into the house in order to make arrangements to get rid of it. Craig is still trying to get in touch with Ren. She's not picking up her phone. But he's like, I'm not going to come look for you. I just want you to tell me, let me know that you are all right and the baby's okay. So back at the house with Jay and Pope and the two guys, they look like they're from a cartel. So they basically tell them they need to chop the hand off, one hand off of this body. So they cut off the hand, but Pope tells Jay to do it. So Jay cuts off the hand. They wrap the body up, back up. They take the cell phone out. They take the cell phone and they take the hand with them. And they take the car with them. They tell them to put the car on an Indian reservation where regular police can't come on that property. So the body's in the tunnel. Jay and Pope are leaving with the hand, and they still got to get rid of the car. So they're going to do what these guys tell them, and they're going to take the car and put it on an Indian reservation. And the two guys go through the tunnel with the body, so they're going to drag this over the border. Now Frankie explains to them, once I do this with this money, once we rob these guys, I have to leave, because any new people that they have, they're going to be looking at me. And she tells them where they're going to have to go, and that they're, so she's going to be sending the money to Costa Rica, and then that's where she's going once this job is done. She says she has to get away because this is like a really big job, and it could go left. Now Smurf is setting up to kill Max. And she feels like Linda is in on it to help her. And she's supposed to send Max back to the VIP area. And when he gets back there for his private dance, Smurf's going to be back there and she's going to shoot him. So she's waiting in the back VIP area for Max to come back there. Max comes in the bar, and it's his usual thing. Usually Max picks what girl he wants to have do a private dance for him. But this time something's different. Something's different because Linda suggests that she has somebody in the back, and he sees that it's a problem, and then Linda folds and tells him that Smurf is back there. She tells him that Smurf is back there, and meanwhile she's waiting so long for him to come back there. And it seems like he's taking his time to come back there because Smurf doesn't know that she already told. Now Jay and Pope are wiping this car down one last time before they leave it to get rid of any evidence that they was there. So they wipe it down. They take the hand, put it on the passenger side, along with Agent Livingood's cell phone. And the last call that he gets is from his daughter. He's supposed to be picking her up from school. And they leave the car here on the Indian reservation land. So it's going to be a while before they find this car in that hand. So now Darren is putting a tracker in the band of the money So that way they can find out where this is going to be. So where is the money going to be stored so they can pull off this heist. And he learned this from one of the guys at the bar. So he's putting a transmitter into the band, and he's going to be able to track it with his phone. He's going to use his phone to track that money. Now, flashback, we get back to the bar with Smurf, and she's waiting for Max to come back there, and he never shows up. So she gets pissed off. She goes to the locker room, and she finds out that Linda just left. So Linda tries to leave, and then she said, "What are you doing?" She told Max the whole plan, and Max went to Smurf's house. He went to Smurf's house to probably get those kids. And she's mad at her. But she was like, "What do you expect? I was scared and this and that." So that was dumb. She should have never included her. So she's got to dash out of there to go back home now. So Jay, Darren, and Frankie go to this Hawala. They're longshoremen. So it's like something like a VFW hall, but it's for longshoremen. So that's basically their social area, or where they go and get work and stuff like that. There's 2 bodyguards that check her when she comes in. She has to leave her phone in the front. They let her go back there to speak to the person and to hand off the money. She has to hand off the money, and meanwhile, Craig and Darren are outside checking out the place. They're checking out the entrance, exits. They're seeing that they got 2 guards. And basically, they want to know where the money is. So right now, they see the money is in one area, and it hasn't moved yet. So now the tracker is on. Frankie gives the longshoreman the money, and he checks it. They get a password for the person that's receiving it on the other end. And basically at this point, her transaction is done. She's supposed to get some type of signal that it's been done, and that's that. So Jay and Pope is finishing up the last part of this whole disposing of the body. They got to get rid of this truck that they had the car in. They drive to a deserted area. So Pope asks Jay, "Do you watch TV?" And he was like, "No." He tells him that he watches animal shows because it calms him down. And then he tells him that me and your mother never really had a childhood. And you're not like that. You had a childhood at one time. And they blow up the car. Now, Max is back at the house, and Smurf kids are with the babysitter now. Pope and Julia are with a babysitter, the neighbor, and she tells them to leave because she says that that's a relative. And he's like, "Well, let's talk." So he's like, "No, we're going to go inside." She sends the kids inside. He says, "No, we're all going to go inside and talk because they need to see this." And they're talking, and he's telling her, "I know you planned to kill me, and I don't know how what did you think was going to happen? You thought you was really going to be able to kill me and this and that." He gets really aggressive with Smurf. He slams her up against the wall. The kids are seeing all of this. Now you know that little boy Pope, once he seen his mother get grabbed by the neck, and then he saw him throw the gun on the floor, here he come with the knife. Remember, she couldn't, every time he had this knife get taken away, he found a way to get it again. And he stabs him in the leg. And then that gave her enough time, gave Smurf enough time to pick up a gun and shoot him. She shoots him once, and he talking while he shoots. You shot me in my ear. Then she shoots him again. She shoots him a total of 3 times before he dies. And this is all playing out in front of the kids. And I think the one that's going to be messed up behind this whole thing is Julie. I think Julie's going to be traumatized. Pope kinda, but I think he already had a violent streak in him. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Is this the beginning of Julie unraveling? Let me know what y'all think. So the Cody crew regroups. They're basically waiting for this money to move. And everything's squared away as far as they got rid of Agent Lovingood. Pope and Jay are back. And now they're just waiting to see what happens. They explained that they got a wallet they could rob. And they went and staked out the place. And now they're basically just waiting for the money to move so they could follow it and see where the next drop-off point is. Because that's going to be the area that they rob. So Smurf called Jake and Manny. Because she got to get this body out of her place. And they come and get it and put it in a sleeping bag. So now, they come and get it. She's a little shooken up. But she wants to go with them to dump the body. And Manny's like, no, you stay here with the kids. We got this. And Jake wants to know if she wants him to come back there and stay with him. And she's like, no, I'm all right. I'll be good. You know Jake trying to work his way back in that house, right? Anywho, he better stay with his wife. So they take the car. They take Mac's body. And they out. They're going to change the plates and all of that and get rid of it. So 2 bodies got dumped in this episode. Now they're back at the house. The Cody crew. And they get a transmission. And now the money's moving. So now they're on the go. Where they're trying to find out where this is going. And what's the next drop-off point. So through this whole ordeal that Pope and Julie went through. Pope is all right. He was supposed to close his eyes, matter of fact, when the shooting happened. And he didn't. Julie closed her eyes, but Pope didn't. And his mom asked, did you close your eyes? He was like, nope. And she was like, why? He was like, you didn't. So I think through this whole thing, I really feel like Julie is going to be messed up behind this. I think this is going to be a turning point for her. And she's not going to be the same after this. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So this is where the money ended up. At a port. At a cargo port in California. And they're already talking about all the security since 9/11. And this is going to be really hard to get in and get out without anything going on. I want to know, do y'all think that this job is going to go left? And do you think that we might lose one of the Cody crew? Let me know what you think in the comments. I feel like this is a build-up episode. And it kind of showed them working together a little bit better. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So that was my review of Trust the Process, Animal Kingdom. Trust the Process. Please like, share, and subscribe. And hit that hammer. Let me know yes, y'all stop by. Please answer the questions in the comments. And let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think we're going to lose one of the Cody crew? I don't know. With Craig sniffing all this coke, and this is a crazy job, do y'all think it's going to go left? Let me know what y'all think in the comments. And please tune in for future reviews. Al.